Before we get into this episode, I first want to say to all the cold DM-ers out there, I empathize and sympathize with you super hard. The first year out of college for me, I waited tables and bartended at night. I was doing freelance paid media. And dude, it was a grind. I think there was a month I made $0. Most months I made probably $700 to $1,500. And that $1,500 month felt like a huge fucking win. I think my last year of college, I had already gotten an apartment with, like living, but had a couple classes to finish up. I think that year I made $14,000 in a year. And then I think the next year I made $40,000. And like even then, which obviously going from 14 to 40 was nice. But dude, I just remember the constant weight and anxiety and pressure. So like I get it that you guys are trying to climb out of this hole. And now being on the other side of it, it's much clearer to see, some of the mistakes I made and how I was trying to get clients. Some of the mistakes I've made and, how I was trying to run my business, focus so much on short-term cash because it's all I could afford to be focused on. But it's not the path. The path to building a long-term business is not to focus on short-term cash and tactics. So I put this at the beginning of the episode to first say that I understand where you're coming from. I understand that desperation brings out the worst in people. And I'm doing this episode because I want to help you guys. Now, during this episode, I'm going to talk a lot of shit and joke around about all the DMs I'm getting because they're truly terrible. And it really frustrates me as someone who runs marketing for a big brand that you guys are wasting my time on some of these messages. So I'm going to get a little aggressive. I'm going to get a little angry at some of these. I want you to know it's coming from the best spot possible. It's coming from a guy that wants you to win. You're just going to have to suffer through a little bit of a beating to get the gems from this episode. So that's my warning. That's the first ever podcast I've done with a disclaimer up front of like, hey, watch out. You're in for a fucking ride here. So enjoy the episode. Tactical and Practical, brought to you by the worst cold DMs in my inbox. How's that for a sponsor? No, I'm just kidding. It's IntelliGems. You know the drill. IntelliGems is the only platform that I check when performance is bad. There's often not much I can do in Shopify. There's often not a lot I can do in Facebook ads. But going to IntelliGems, running some really high impact tests on our website has pulled us out of bad performance times time and time again, and more than any other tactic I can pull out of my toolbox. Whether you want to test prices or headlines and copy or images versus video or changes to your site's navigation or changes to site theme or traffic destinations from ads, whatever you want to do to figure out how to extract the most profit possible from your paid traffic, IntelliGems is what you need. So go to intelligems.io, let them know the Tactical and Practical podcast sent you, and you can start making more money today. All right. This episode, I'm roasting cold DMs because they've gotten really, really bad. So I'm going to do a little bit of roasting. Hopefully no one gets too in their feels about it. But I'm going to do a little bit of coaching too, because if you're a guy that's slinging cold DMs, you probably want to know how to capture, the right kind of attention from a guy who runs marketing at a, fast-growing brand. We're up 110% this year, by the way. All right, this first one that set me off. I got 2 DMs back-to-back that say, hey, Nate, booking calls from cold outreach is tough, but, and then I didn't even open them because I'm sure they suck. But lesson 1 of doing cold DMs, if you are copying and pasting somebody's script, you're not going to make it. Are you listening? If you send me a DM that's exactly the same as somebody else that is sending me a DM, you should close your laptop and go get a job doing manual labor. You will make more money doing that. I'm not kidding. Go work landscaping, go work construction. You will have more success if the tactics you are trying to use here are copying and pasting a script you bought from someone's $39.99 PDF. Grow up, especially in the days of ChatGPT. You can't come up with an original script? Guys, what are we doing? Copy and pasting the same thing just shows me how little you respect my time, how little you respect what I do on a day-to-day basis. So that's why I'm not going to open these DMs, and these people will never hear from me. All right, number 2, this one, I get a version of this a bunch. It just says, hello, can I ask you a question? First of all, you just did, okay? So do you want to ask me 2 questions? Because you just wasted my time with the first one. Just ask the question. I don't know if this is supposed to pique my curiosity, and maybe this worked at some point, but in this stage of what social media and Twitter and LinkedIn are, nobody's biting on this. Do better. Ask the right question. This one pissed me off a bunch. It's a similar version to what I just saw before. It says, hey, I noticed something on your site. Do you check messages here? Dude, this one, I'll be honest, this one almost got me, but in a bad way. Like, I almost responded just with a hate-fueled message and rant against this guy. Because, like, dude, here's the deal. From people who I respect in the industry, I have gotten DMs before that are like, hey, I noticed something was broken on your website. Here it is. Let me know if you need help fixing it. And I've been so grateful to those guys, and I've worked with those guys. And I got an email from an agency owner like a year ago that was like, hey, I just went through like your welcome flow on email. There's a couple links that are broken. I just wanted to let you know. Wasn't trying to sell me anything. Wasn't trying to be a dick either. Wasn't trying to waste my time. Was just truly trying to help me. So we got that fixed. And if I'm ever needing an email agency, in fact, I've recommended him since then just based off that DM. I think the theme throughout this episode is like, hey, being a good guy is going to come back around and pay off for you at some point. So just fucking be a good guy. Okay, this one. Hello. I stumbled upon your page by accident while browsing Twitter. Kind of a backhanded compliment. Wasn't looking for me. It's not that my great content cut through the noise and found the right audience. He just stumbled on it by accident, so kind of hate that. He goes on to say, your posts are wonderful, and I wanted to ask you some questions. I hope I'm not disturbing you. The back half of this is actually okay, but again, just ask the question. Like, when there's been times that I have needed advice from others, my formula is like, hey, you know, whatever, hi, it's me. I'm having this specific problem, provide some context to it, and then say, it seems like you might have dealt with a similar problem at your brand or because of XYZ. Do you have any advice for me? Like, get specific, because I answer those questions all the time. All the time. I spend a lot of time trying to help people that are, new in e-com and doing, 7 and low 8 figures a year to try to help level them up. I love it. About half the year, I offer free consulting calls for brands that are under 10 million a year. So, like, I'm all down for helping. But again, let's not backhanded compliment me out of the gate here, and then just ask the question you want to ask. All right, this one says, yo, don't like yo that much. I say it a lot. Don't like it from a cold DM, though. Yo, what's up, Nate? I see you're the VP of marketing for @OriginalGrain and tweet tactical e-com marketing strategies. Impressive stuff. Okay, so first of all, he just copy and pasted my Twitter bio. And then also, you saying impressive stuff. You don't know that that's impressive. I could be lying. You have no clue if what I'm doing is impressive or not. And it says, let me know if you ever need, what's this say? Let me know if you ever need help with SEO. I think we'd be a great fit. Why? Why would we be a great fit? What about your services and my brand fit together? Paint the picture for me of how these two puzzle pieces are going to fit. That's what you should be doing here. This isn't actually that bad, but I didn't respond to it because I have no clue why I would invest in SEO. I'm uneducated on that topic. Teach me. Right? If you spend more than 30 seconds researching your leads, which I know none of you fucking do, and that's the problem. But you can search on Twitter to see if I've ever tweeted the letters SEO in order. You can keyword search any word. You might see that I've never tweeted about it and maybe throw a sentence or two of education of like, hey, here's where I think you might be missing the boat on SEO, and getting this organic traffic could help cut your acquisition costs and, reduce the pressure in, what's it called? Reliance on paid media. Educate me. Let me know why you think we'd be a great fit. Don't just say we'd be a great fit. This one was crazy. This one, unprompted. We hadn't talked before at all. He just said, yo, let's schedule a call so we'll talk in more details regarding your website. Maybe this guy's English isn't great. Maybe he's drunk sending DMs, which I half respect. But the first time we're ever going to talk, you're going to say, yo, let's schedule a call to talk about your website? Nah. If I ever responded to this one, I'd just say, nah, N-A-W. No, that'd be nah. I'd say N-A-H, nah. All right, this one might be the last one. This one really grinded my gears. It says, I'm offering a free email flow for Original Grain in exchange for a case study. Hey, the moment you typed in exchange, you should have deleted the word free. It's not free. It's in exchange for something. If my email flow doesn't outperform yours in an A/B test, I'll give you $100 out of my own pocket, insultingly low. There's zero risk for you. Not true. Would you be interested in learning more about it? Then weeks went by, and he said, hey, Nate, I designed a sample welcome email for Original Grain. Would you like to take a look at it? All right, let me break down for you why this pissed me off so much. First of all, he said free and then immediately said it was in exchange for something, so it's not free. Secondly, he said there's no risk. Yes, it is. I have to send half of my welcome flow traffic to an unproven flow made by someone who knows nothing about our marketing. That's a huge risk. And to think you're going to buy me off with $100 when we are doing 5 figures a day in flow revenue, like, what are you talking about, dude? Not only is this not free, this is extremely risky. Extremely. If your flow sucks, I'm going to be losing thousands of dollars a day. So hate that. Hate that, hate that, hate that. Then the follow-up is a tactic I see all the time, and I hate it because I know you're lying. You did not design a welcome flow email for us yet. You sent out 100 of these, and anytime someone responds, then you're going to rush and try to make a flow for us and try to send it to me within the hour to make it look like you had it. And I know you didn't. If you really think that your services fit me and my brand well, spend the 25 minutes it would take to design one email and then send it to me without asking. If your flows look and feel and sound and perform so good, fucking show it to me. Don't put me through 3 paragraphs of bullshit and then be like, have I piqued your interest? Do you want to see it? No, not at all. All right, couple more things on here. I said that was going to be my last one, but I've been kind of a dick on this episode, and I actually do want to help you guys out because I know what it's like to fucking hustle and have nothing work for a long time. This one here. I told this guy for months that we're not going to invest in TikTok ads. It's not right for us. And I really wasn't interested in discussing that anymore. And he continued to follow up and follow up and follow up for months. Guys, when prospects tell you that they are not interested, move on. Move on. Like, I don't know if this works on anyone. Does anyone say no to the same thing for 6 months and then change their mind on it? I don't know. But, like, at this point, this guy's wasting his own time, and now he's wasting my time, which starts to get me angry. Because I'm like, dude, listen, he did actually, like, I don't have the first message here, but the first message was good. And, like, this kid was hustling, and it looked like he was having moderate success. But then he would not stop pestering me. And it's just like, dude, there are plenty of brands. This was a year ago. There are plenty of brands that are willing to invest in TikTok ads. Go pitch them. Like, I promise, dude, it's not going to be me. And I had explained to him that, like, dude, we spent 6 figures on TikTok ads in, like, July of 2022. And it didn't work at all. We're done with it. We tried really hard. We tried thoroughly. And then I explained to him that, like, hey, bro, Facebook's printing for us. We're selling out of inventory every 60 days. Like, we're not it. We're not investing in any new channels until inventory can catch up. And he kept wasting his time. All right, this actually is going to be my last one here. Because the final email from every SaaS and every agency salesman that I hate more than anything. the like neg, the like I'm going to poke the bear a little bit and see if I can get a reaction out of you. Hey, Nate, is it safe to assume you're not interested in increasing your meta ROAS at this time? Hate you. Hate you, bro. Absolutely hate you. We've achieved a 6x ROAS on our managed ad spend while decreasing CAC by 79%, scaling past 50K per month in ad spend. Oh, 50K? Oh, you didn't tell me you could scale past 50K in ad spend. Like, this is where just like not knowing your prospects at all, and this is why like the batch and blast thing, I think hurts your reputation more than it might help short-term cash flow, is I know you didn't spend a second looking into who I was or who Original Grain is. If you think I'd be impressed by 50K per month in ad spend, then like you just have no clue. The other thing, when you're making claims, make them realistic. Don't pitch me on a 6x return on ad spend and decreasing my CAC by 80%. It's not going to happen, dude. It's not going to happen at all. And if you lead your email with that and I ended up working with you, you'd be fired 3 weeks into it when my CAC doesn't get cut by 80%. So you're setting yourself up to fail, right? Like, I think selling is a game of like, you're going to reap what you sow. So if you're acquiring clients based on these massive promises, they're going to expect you to come through on those massive promises. And when you can't, because I know you can't, because if you could, you wouldn't be fucking DMing me, then everyone's going to fire you in 30 to 90 days. And like, that's not how you should be building your book of business at all. All right, then the last part of this thing pissed me off so much. I'm happy to send a $15 Starbucks gift card while we outline our 9-point plan strategy to achieve this amazing results. Or do you think this information might be useful to someone else on your team who is interested in increasing your paid meta performance? Okay, $15 Starbucks gift card, insulting because you think my time for a half hour is worth $15. And not to flex too hard, guys, but I make more than $30 an hour. You know? I know I don't flex that hard on here, but it's true. I make more than $30 an hour. And then the end, he goes back to insulting my intelligence and prowess as a marketer. Do you think someone else on your team might want to make more money? Hey, dude, everyone on the team wants to make money. I just think hiring you would be the worst decision I've ever fucking made. How's that? All right, I'm hot. I got angry on this episode. And I'm sorry for that. But I think some of you guys need a wake-up call. And I truly think there are some nuggets in here that can help. So I hope you can appreciate some of the jokes, some of the laughing around. I truly, truly, truly want everyone to win. Thanks so much for listening to Tactical and Practical. I'm Nate Legos. Hit me up on Twitter with better DMs. I will respond to you if you give me a better DM. Mention this episode in it. See you guys next time.